Why is the lethality of a venom presented as the amount that kills half of the victims, and not all? Wouldn't it be much simpler to tell what kills everything? Sorry for possibly incorrect flair. Lethality, like many things in the world, follows an approximately normal distribution. That means if you graph it, there's a big bump in the middle because most things are about average, and it dwindles off to the edges, as you get very rare extreme cases. That's why the middle value is usually most useful. And it's also easier to find, because it's an average, and most samples will be near it. The 100% lethal dose is not going to be exact. What if you think you found it, and you suddenly discover a particularly strong test animal that survives the dose? Now your previous measurement was only 95% lethal, and it's not really any more helpful, because it only tells you that this very special test animal was able to survive. The average is just more useful. Edit. Actually, they usually use the median instead of average, but the same logic applies. Edit 2. I make this clarification because people usually use average to mean arithmetic mean. If a math test asks you to average some numbers, the teacher almost certainly expects you to take the arithmetic mean. But yes, by some definitions, the median can be considered a type of average. The lethal dose of anything depends on a variety of factors: age, weight, organ health, various genetic factors, presence of antibodies from previous exposures. It's much more effective to say, this amount could very easily kill you, than it is to pinpoint the exact dosage that will kill you in particular. You know what might kill you. 1 bee sting if you are allergic. You know what will definitely kill you. 100,000 bee stings. Neither of these are useful numbers in practice. It's better to say, X amount of stings gives you a coin flip on average. There is always gonna be that one guy that can down pints of the stuff and be fine. If you say the dose that kills everyone, you have to include that guy, so the lethal dose would be much higher than the actual amount needed to kill most people. On the other side, there's gonna be another guy that drops dead by looking at the stuff. So it's inaccurate to list the amount that would kill him too. If you say the dose that will kill half of everyone who ingest it, that's a pretty good estimate for how much you shouldn't interact with it. Keep in mind I said ingest, which means poison. You said venom, but same logic applies. Because what kills everything is not the question people usually want answered. They want to know, how much of this does it take for it to be dangerous? And a 50% chance of death was the point that was picked for that. The number 4 kills absolutely everything would be much, much higher. It would give the false idea that less than that was safe. Also, science dislikes 0% and 100% because there are often outliers. You will see LD99 listed sometimes. Lethal dose for 99% of cases. It's easier to measure, and there might be some weird outliers that for some reason are immune to this thing.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next exciting video.